Hey guys, it's Zenith Darksky here with another reaction. Today we have the PARCINQ magazine. PARCINQ. I don't know what that is. I don't know that magazine, but premiere issue featuring SB19. It's a full interview of SB19. I love watching their interviews. I love getting to know these guys. We know a lot about their story, and I'm sure we're gonna hear some of the same stories and stuff here. But maybe we'll learn some new stuff as well, and we will see how this goes. Before we get into this, please do hit that subscribe button for me if you guys haven't already. I do love reacting to interviews and stuff like that, and behind the scenes and stuff as well. So if you like watching people react to that kind of content and learn more about your favorite artists with you, please do hit that subscribe button for me. If we can hit 5,000 before the end of February, I'll do something. I don't know what, but I'll have a heart attack, maybe. I don't know. Either way, thank you guys for the support so far. Let's get into this interview here.
Where do we draw? Siyempre,
Isa na rin yung 18 na tumulong sa atin for
namin na-expect din na ganun lang kabilis. So, hindi na namin alam. Pwedeng maganda, pwedeng hindi. So,
get in the zone, break! How we are
SB19!
A little behind the scenes before the interview or after the interview here. Getting some behind the scenes on the photos, I assume, for the magazine. I'm loving this music. The dramatic poses. Reminds me of JoJo's. That one really reminds me of JoJo's. The premiere issue. Premiere issue means like, I think it means like first issue, right?
Guys, welcome to the studio. And first question would be, how are you coping in this pandemic? Anyone can start.
Yes, we're coping. That's what that was.
Hindi. Ulit po, pwede po ulit. Sagot na kaya? Game na kaya?
sa ngayon po, so far, we're trying our best to be active, shoot, we're still practicing at home, kahit po na medyo hiwa-hiwalay kami, and tinatry pa rin namin if may chance na magsama-sama para makapag-practice, para po continuous pa rin yung mga continuous yung pagpa-perform namin, continuous na may entertain namin yung mga Filipino, especially yung 18.
so ngayon po,
You know, they get a lot of my respect immediately with that answer because during the pandemic, a lot of celebrities and stuff like that were taking well-deserved breaks. You know, and I'm not calling anybody lazy or anything. They deserve it, you know, and SB19 really deserve it as well. But because of when they blew up, it's way too early in their career for them to take that break. They deserve a break, but it was way too early. You know, they knew that, and I'm sure their label and stuff knew that, and was probably like, you know, everyone was probably like, I'd love to have a break too, but they couldn't, you know. And it's amazing that they kept practicing, and when they could practice together and everything, they were still working, even though everyone else is taking a break for the most part, right? So that's great to see.
mas gusto po namin maging productive po. Kahit po ganito po yung situation natin ngayon. Gusto pa rin po namin na, yun nga, sinasabi ni Justin, maging active para sa fans namin. And para rin sa amin.
That's a beautiful
Kung
answer.
hindi man kami gumagawa para sa fans namin ng mga bagong contents, nag-iisip kami ng mga bagay para ma-improve yung skills namin, katulad po ng pag-video style, kumbaga ibang part naman bukod sa performing. What else? Ako po, nag-aaral po ako gumawa ng music, making beats. Yung iba naman po, nahihilig po mag-workout, katulad po ni Josh, kaya nga po ganyan yung damit. Basta po, para mabuno po namin.
So that's really admirable as well. Besides doing music and stuff and trying to better themselves musically and everything, they're also trying to better themselves just physically and with other life skills and stuff, and that's beautiful as well, especially since he says that like they're helping each other with those other life skills and stuff too. That's always great to see friends helping each other out, being like baking, he said, and stuff. Like sometimes it's like, homie, you can't cook very good, but that's okay. What'd you do? Let's walk through it step by step and let's see. And that's great that they're friends and they're helping each other with other skills and working out and getting healthy and maintaining health. That's really cool.
Oras namin or magamit namin yung oras habang nandito tayo sa pandemic.
And they're very much in that mindset that a lot of people got into when they especially during the beginning of the pandemic, where everyone was like, well, screw it, it's time to get into something new, and everyone was like trying to get into music or trying to do this or that or picking up plants and learning to take care of plants and all kinds of stuff. So that's really interesting that they also had that mindset. They were doing it as well.
Yes. Maraming adjustments na nangyari, pero like for the first few months of having this pandemic, medyo nahirapan din kami mag-adjust. Takot na takot din kami. Pero parang ngayon kasi parang syempre yun nga parang kailangan mo lang embrace yung change. Ganun talaga, maraming bagay na parang hindi mo ina-expect na mangyayari. So we have to adjust, we have to move on, and ayun, hindi naman titigil ang mundo sa isang idlok lang.
Right.
Thank you. What's
It's a
your
great
message
answer.
to your fans who are struggling with the pandemic?
Para
Para sa 1, 2, 3, go. For 18, alam namin na same lang naman tayo ng pinagdadaanan. Hindi lang ngayon, noon pa man din marami na tayong pinagdadaanan, lalo na nung nag-start yung pandemya. And sana katulad din ng iba na sinusubukan nilang harapin and sinusubukan nilang parang labanan kung ano yung nararamdaman nila, hindi lang sa mga nakikita nila sa labas, kundi pati yung sariling dala nilang bigat. Sana katulad ng iba, kayanin din natin kasi alam naman natin na in time malalampasin din natin to, and kahit anong problema man yung dumaan, alam namin nakakayanin nyo. Tsaka huwag kayong mag-alala kasi nga diba, sabi namin hanggat nandiyan kayo may SB19. So kahit paano, sana nabibigyan namin kayo ng kasiyahan, kaya ayun, nandito lang kami para sa inyo.
Ayan, tama.
That's beautiful. Beautiful that they're the sentiment of we know what you guys are struggling with, and we struggle with those issues as well. But very very much a vote of confidence, just saying, I think I know you guys can make it through it. If we can make it through it, and if you guys can do it, then we can too. And acknowledging that a lot of people are kind of suffering, a little bit. There's a lot of people that had never felt depression or knew what those feelings were, and then staying in all the time, especially during the beginning of the pandemic, really got to a lot of people like that as well. So I love the positivity there.
Patuloy kaming gagawa ng mga kanta para sa inyo. Katulad nga po ng sinabi ni Stel na kung walang 18, walang SB19, and katulad din po ng sinabi sa mga kanta namin, katulad po ng Ikako, na basta may pag-ibig sa puso natin tayo may magwawagi. Ibig sabihin nun, kumbaga huwag kang matakot lumaban kasi may mga tao sa paligid mo na nagmamahal sa'yo and tutulong sa'yo in times of need, katulad nga po ng kinakarap nating pandemya.
So how do you keep yourself inspired, or where do you draw your inspirations from?
Here,
He's really giving him some shit, isn't
Sana
he?
influence yung 18 na tumulong sa atin for reaching this situation. I mean, kung nasan tayo ngayon dahil sa 18, so isa
I respect them because they're very very quick to say 18, shout out 18, because I mean it's the idea, that's the whole point of 18. You can't have 19 without 18. So they're very quick at all points to point out that that's an inspiration for us, and all kinds of that we wouldn't be here without the fans and everything, so they are our inspiration and everything. So just really really kind of them to remember the people, remember the fans.
So talagang nagbibigay inspirasyon na para gawin namin, mag-continue kami sa mga projects, sa mga araw-araw na ginagawa namin to be productive. And syempre, yung family din namin, of course, ayun, isa sa mga inspiration namin. And siguro din, yung isa't isa, yung mga pangarap namin, na may mga goal kami na pinangako sa isa't isa. So, ayun po, kailangan namin talagang galingan and mag-continue.
Para sa akin, yung inspiration ko, aside from my family, my friends, siguro, kumuha ko ng inspirasyon sa sarili ko. Kasi, ginagawa ko to para sa akin. And, dahil pangarap ko, this is my dream, so, I'm really trying my best.
You know, a lot of people would take that as selfish, but see, that's the thing. It's okay to be selfish, you know, like the reason I stream and I make videos and stuff like that is I want to entertain and stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that I like to do, and that's the kind of stuff I want to continue to do. And that's I'm glad that Ken said that, because there are a lot of people that are going to see that and be like, "Oh, he's selfish and stuff." But that's okay. You know, there's a lot of people that are going to take it and be negative with it. But selfishness can be positive. I'm not telling you to pick yourself over everyone else or everything else or something, but you have to remember that you can't just do this for everybody else. You have to be doing things for yourself. If you're not doing things for yourself, there is no passion, there's no drive behind it, you know? So I love that he said that, because admittedly they all inspire themselves, probably, for sure. And they just don't think about it. A lot of people don't think about it. If you're doing something you love, then you are probably inspiring yourself in a way, because you're trying to be passionate, you're trying to live your dream, you know, and you're trying to do it for yourself. It's beautiful. It's not selfish. I mean, it is selfish, but not in a bad way, right? And it's okay to be selfish sometimes. You know, it's okay to still worry about you and your dream. So I love that Ken said that, because a lot of people wouldn't say that. A lot of people would not say that kind of thing.
Maabot kung ano yung nasa, yung mga goals ko, gusto kong ma-achieve sa buhay.
Tama naman. Kasi nga, di ba, syempre, 18 yung dahilan kung bakit nandito tayo ngayon.
Yes.
And syempre, as time passes by, gusto natin makapagpakita tayo ng better performers. Kumbaga, gusto natin mahigitan or maibalik lahat ng ginagawa niyo ng effort para sa grupo natin. So, kami, talaga nagsistrive kami para maging better performers. Like, nag-iisip kami ng mga bagong bagay para ma-entertain yung mga 18. And with that, nagpapasalamat kami kasi sila yung nagiging dahilan kung bakit kami nagpapatuloy at bakit kami nag-i-improve.
You guys mentioned about your achievements. What do you think is your biggest achievement as a group so far?
Ang mabuhay ngayong araw.
I mean, being alive is an achievement.
Siguro, biggest achievement, kasi maraming masasabing awards and all, pero yung biggest achievement, yung parang feeling namin na pag-inspire din kami sa ibang tao. Kasi yun naman talaga yung main goal namin as a group, yung makatulong sa ibang tao through our crafts. So parang, yun, ginagawa namin yung gusto namin, tapos na-appreciate na ibang tao, through that, parang na-appreciate din nila, and parang ang dami namin na-inspire na hindi rin kami aware. So, sobrang dami, minsan, syempre, hindi mo na mapapansin, di ba? Marami rin yung silent fans na parang, alam mo yun, nakikinig lang sila pero hindi namin sila kilala, like, talagang, unlike yung mga ibang active fans. So, yun yung pinaka, biggest achievement.
Tama naman. Tsaka,
For sure. That is a noble achievement.
Parang nakabuo kami ng one big family eh. Kaya rin tawag namin sa fans namin is 18. Kung babasahin mo siya in Filipino, atin. So everything that we have been through, everything that we're achieving right now, talagang pinagsasaluhan at talagang sinishare namin sa bawat.
Again, they continuously refer to 18, which is great. I love it. I will say, you don't want to, as a group, you want to for sure pay homage to your fans, and you want to for sure shout out your fans. You don't want to do it too much. Because if you do it too much, it really it gets a sense of it just disingenuity, I guess, and disingenuousness. I'm not saying they are. I think they're just really, really, really thankful for the fans. But there's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of haters that if you keep saying that over and over, like every answer, if you keep just answering, with 18 and stuff like that, there's gonna be some fans and some haters out there that are like, it really feels like they're just trying to say that over and over. But I personally think that they just really, really feel gracious and thankful to the fans. But I do want to point out that there's if that keeps being a response to the whole video, it's beautiful, but at the same time there's going to be people, I know for sure. I don't just try to analyze for me, I try to analyze for everybody. And there's going to be people for sure that aren't going to like the repeated answer. But I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful that Pablo feels the need to say, hey, look, our achievement, all of the answers the answer to all of these things could be 18. And that's great. That's a beautiful, beautiful sentiment and idea there.
Kung nahihirapan man sila sa studies, ganyan, makikita mo talaga sa Twitter, Facebook, nagtutulungan sila, nagbibigay ng mga advices para matulungan yung isa't isa. If ever man na kailangan ng funds, nakikita ko na nagbibigay sila ng donation to each other. At yun yung masasabi ko na biggest achievement na nagawa ng grupo namin kasi hindi lang para sa sarili namin yung nagagawa namin, kundi para sa ibang tao. Ayun.
Umpisa pa lang naman po, yun po yung pinaka-goal ng group namin is to inspire other people to our craft po, to our music, ganun. And sa ngayon po, nakikita po namin na marami pong mga katulad din namin na may mga pangarap na hanggang ngayon sinusubukan pa rin po nilang abutin yung pangarap nila na yun. Kahit kasabay po ng pandemya, alam po natin, mahirap po yun. Pero gumagawa po sila ng iba't ibang klase ng paraan para maabot po yung pangarap.
They seem very, very much driven by inspiration and trying to inspire others, trying to live their dream, and trying to show everybody else that you can. And a lot of artists, especially young artists, are that way where, there's a lot of artists that when they win their first award and stuff, they'll go up there and say, you can do it. You can do it. This is a sign that you can do it, and blah, blah, blah. And they very much act that kind of way too. And I think that's beautiful. I just think it's a beautiful sentiment.
Like, ayun po, may mga 18 po na sobrang mga magagaling mag-drawing, mga artists, and meron din pong mga 18 na gumagawa po ng song about SB19, mga ganun po, nakaka-proud and nakakataba po ng puso makita ng ganun. Kasi hindi lang po kami nakaka-inspire sa kanila, parang sila rin po nagiging inspiration ng iba, yung mga takot pong sumubok.
Tama. Nice. That's very nice.
What a good answer.
For the next question, Josh, can you fix your hair?
Yes or no? Akala ko kasama sa question. Josh, can you fix your hair? No. Next question.
Do you guys have fears? Like, what's your biggest fear?
Oh my God.
Let's start with Ken.
No fear.
Mawala yung pinagkukuhanan namin ng lakas, which is yung fans namin. Kasi siguro lahat naman siguro ng artist pa siguro na pag wala na silang sumusuporta sa kanila. Parang ay di naman sa lahat, pero mostly siguro ng mga artist pag gano'n na walang sumusuporta, siguro manghihina din sila. So kung wala yung fans namin, feel ko manghihina rin kami.
Parang hindi biggest fear yung nasabi ko kasi syempre ang dami eh. Parang hindi ko alam ano yung biggest doon. Pero meron akong isang issue-share na lang na fear. Nabasa ko lang siya din sa Facebook eh. Parang nakarelate ako. Parang sinasabi doon na parang natatakot kang makita ng tao yung ayaw mong makita sa'yo. So parang every time na, kaya parang alam mo yun, conscious sa sarili. Isa rin yung siguro sa takot ko na
Takot mo ipakita
ayaw,
yung sarili mo.
Hindi. Parang meron ako nakikita na ayaw ko. Tapos may kita ng tao yun sa akin. Ayun yung isa sa bagay na ayaw ko. Parang once na makita nila yung bagay na ayaw ko mismo.
Hypocrite.
Parang ayaw ko.
Okay. Nice.
For me, failure. Kasi feeling ko dati, ever since I was a kid, parang feeling ko sa sarili ko, failure na ako noon. Tapos parang...
Mali. Sorry. Sabi ko tama. I agree.
Parang nung bata ako, hindi ko ina-expect na mapupunta ako dito after all these years na parang, ayun, kasi kala ko dati patapon na yung buhay ko, gano'n, parang hindi ko, yun, gano'n. Parang, so, takot ako mag-fail kasi parang ang daming ko rin pinagdaanan bago ako makarating dito. So, ayoko nang ayokong masayang lahat ng pinaghirapan ko. So, I'm trying to prevent it.
um, that's a interesting thing to bring up from Josh there. It just humanizes them a little bit more to see that, you know, that at different points, and sometimes they feel like they, you know, through their lives, certain points of their lives, they felt like they were failures, and, you know, and I think that's something everybody goes through, isn't it? I might be crazy, but I'm pretty sure we all go through that, where, you know, I definitely do. I definitely do. You guys are blowing me up on YouTube, but my Twitch numbers are falling off really bad lately, and it's hard not to look at that. It's hard not to look at those numbers, and I was really successful last year, and then everything's kind of falling on the Twitch side. YouTube's doing great. YouTube's doing better than ever, but Twitch is kind of falling off and everything. And, you know, it's hard not to feel that sense of failure. You know, it's kind of like, okay, everything's kind of falling apart, and especially with my life right now and everything like that, everything's kind of, it's just in a bad situation. But it's really hard not to feel like I you know, feel like you're not meant to succeed, you know, like you're just failing and just falling apart everywhere. And I don't think it's something that a lot of people that aren't trying to do things or live their dreams and stuff, I don't think it's something a lot of people that aren't in that spot even think about ever. You know, I think they're like, oh, they're doing okay, or sometimes they're like, oh, they seem like they're doing good, which means they're probably strong since everything's kind of going wrong and everything. But trust me, being on that side of things, it doesn't feel like that, dude. It feels horrible. You know, you look at the numbers, and, you know, you look at the stuff falling off and stuff, and you're just kind of like, you know, you're so afraid. You get so afraid, like, was that it? You know, was that one moment? You know, Eminem in his song Lose Yourself, at the beginning of it, it's a cliche thing to bring up, but at the beginning of his song Lose Yourself, he said, if you had it, you know, if you had the one moment, would you catch it or let it slip? And a lot of the times when you see numbers fall, or, you know, if stuff, you know, with like SB19, when they weren't succeeding at first, you know, you get that feeling like, you know, maybe I did let it slip. Maybe I had the moment. Maybe I had it, and I let it slip, and it's falling. And, you know, it's hard to catch that back. You know, as a metaphor, it's like, you know, you're standing somewhere tall, and you have it in your hands, and it falls, and do you make that leap to catch it? And if you do make that leap to catch it, is it going to be for nothing, or is it going to save you, or, you know? Yeah, so I definitely feel what Josh was saying there. That was well said. Very well said.
So, yun. So, siguro
It's a fear. It's a fear.
Sige. I agree. Ako yung, actually, before I even became a member of SB19, takot talaga ako mag-perform. Takot ako sa big crowds. Pero love na love ko na talaga yung music. Para sa akin, ayun nga, nasasabi ko na ito before, na para sa akin, music is medicine. Parang lahat ng frustrations ko, kung masaya ako, malungkot, doon ko nilalagay, gumagawa ako ng kanta. And through that, na-release ko yung stress ko. And ever since nagawa ako ng kanta, ever since nakasulat ako ng kanta, lalo na yung Go Up, which is yung story ng SB19, nakita ko na maraming na-inspire, maraming na-motivate, maraming nabuhayan ng loob, maraming nagpatuloy sa pangarap nila. Masasabi ko lang, dati sumusulat ako ng kanta para sa sarili ko, para matulungan yung sarili ko. Ngayon, sumusulat na ako ng kanta para matulungan din yung ibang tao, hindi lang yung sarili ko. So, feeling ko yung fear ko na yun na-overcome ko na dahil sa nakita kong effect, which is yung butterfly effect. Kumbaga, patuloy. Kumbaga yung pangarap ko, pinush ko, nakakita ng iba na pinagpatuloy na yung pangarap na, nag-share na, parang napapasa na sa iba. So, I think, naging successful ako sa pag-conquer ng fear ko.
So yung fear na yon nag-disappear na.
Tama.
Disappear.
Tsaka no fear. The joke lang.
Stop.
Ako po, dati, pag tinatanong po ako na parang, saan ka natatakot? Ang mga nasasabi ko lang yung mga normal na bagay like
Sakto lang.
insects, ganun, clown, spider. Pero ayun po, lately parang na-realize ko, parang habang tumatagal po, parang mas nakakatakot po pala yung sarili ko mismo. Parang ayun po.
Very poetic.
Kasi parang habang nandito po ako sa parang career po na tinatahak ko, parang ang dami-dami ko pong mga naiisip, mga nare-realize, tas hanggang sa nagugulat na lang po ako, kalaban ko na po pala yung sarili ko. Parang ang dami ko na pong realizations and parang kahit yung sarili ko po, kine-question ko na.
It's a very common thing for artists and creators and stuff to be their own enemy. There's a saying that is nobody or you are your own worst critic. Because you could put out, you might be a singer or something, you could put out a song tomorrow and you're going to listen to it and you're going to sit there and realize where you messed up and this and that, but nobody else might notice it. You're going to critique yourself and be, your own worst enemy. And it's true. It really is true. If you don't watch out, it could be bad.
Parang ayun po, parang ayun po, ang hirap lang isipin na parang tinatry kong mag-grow pero yung sarili ko mismo yung naghihila sa akin pababa. So parang habang nag-overthink ako ng sobra, parang mas dun po ako parang dun po nawawala yung glow sa akin. Parang light stick na parang tinatry kong umilaw pero parang siya yung sarili ko rin nagbe-break sa akin. Parang ganun. Yun po yung kinakatakot.
Metaphor po yun. Metaphor.
I know.
Hindi, I mean, I agree to that. Kasi po, pag naging artist ka, talagang magiging vulnerable ka sa maraming tao. Magiging vulnerable ka sa criticisms, ganyan. Maraming masasabi yung mga tao sa'yo na pwedeng ikabagsak mo, pwedeng ikapanghina ng loob mo, and pwede mo rin parang gamitin para ma-motivate ka. Merong times din talaga na nafe-feel ko yung gano'n na parang katulad kay sister na parang, ayun, parang hindi mo naman kailangang isipin pero iniisip mo kaya nanghihina yung loob mo, nanghihinaan ka ng loob. Ayun po. Pero meron din naman times na talagang kakalabanin mo yun, parang magagawa mong ma-overcome dahil nga sa mga tao sa paligid mo na ayun lang po. Sana hindi sila panghinaan ng loob na tahakin yung ganito. If ever man na gusto nila maging artist or mag-release ng mga kanta, sana hindi sila panghinaan ng loob. Pagpatuloy nila.
Right. It's interesting because like I noticed most of your answers are not like trivial fears, like what we call this, like what Stella said about how about basic fear like insects or scared of the dark. But your answers are very like introspective. It's very like almost like questioning yourself.
Yes.
Very
Mahirap.
metaphorical.
Metaphorical.
Can you? Was there ever a time where you guys almost gave up and just wanted to stop?
Many times.
There were many times po.
Can't even count.
Even before we even became SB19 as a group po, actually si Stel na iwan siya. Si Stel and Justin actually. Kumbaga lahat kami nag-quit na. Bumalik lang kami dahil nga parang gusto namin ipagpatuloy yung pangarap namin. And after that siguro situation, nabuo ulit yung loob namin. Pero there came a time after 3 years na nagte-training kami, parang nakita namin na, oy, wala nang nangyayari sa atin.
After debut. Like actually after
Nag-debut po kasi kami ng Tila Luha and unfortunately it wasn't that successful. Hindi siya parang tinangkilik ng maraming tao. Pero nagpatuloy kami a few years after, parang na-realize namin parang wala nang nangyayari sa career namin and wala kaming kinikita, wala kaming natatanggap or anything. Hindi kami nakakapagbigay sa family namin, hindi kami nakakapagpundar. Siyempre, kailangan as time passes by, kailangan nakakaipon ka rin kasi nga hindi naman pwedeng wala lang. Parang ginagawa mo lang as a hobby. And then, parang before you go up, sabi namin, itigil na natin to, last shot. Ibigay na natin kasi kung dito
kung wala mangyari, let's stop.
Na kami. Unfortunately, ayun po, yung Go Up po talaga yung redemption song namin. Siya po yung nagdala sa amin kung nasaan kami ngayon. Nakilala kami dahil sa kantang yun. And that song will forever be special. Favorite song ng grupo namin, Go Up.
Alright, so that was years before, even pre-debut days. Let's talk about the future. How do you see SB19 5 years from now?
That's a good question.
Marami kasing possibilities. A year ago, hindi nga namin na-expect na magpupunta kami, magkakaroon kami ng awards, tulad sa Mix, sa Wish, tapos yung mapabilang sa Social
Billboard.
50 o Billboard. Parang, yun parang dream come true ng mga artists na yun. Diba? Parang hindi namin na-expect din na ganun lang kabilis. So, hindi na namin alam, pwedeng maganda, pwedeng hindi. So, pero yun nga, syempre may goal kami. Yun, may goal tayo.
Siguro yung goal po talaga namin is to establish P-pop, not just here in the Philippines, but all over the world. Kumbaga, parang makikilala talaga yung
Right.
Filipino
They've talked
talent,
about that before,
P-pop.
trying to spread the culture and the music all over the world.
Mga lahi, dahil
It's a
nga
great
meron
goal.
tayong,
It's beautiful.
Entertainment na katulad nito, katulad na may pagmamalaki natin na kayang-kaya natin makipagsabayan sa iba't ibang bansa. And ayun po yung nakikita ko parang syempre pag nandito ka naman sa career na to, hindi ka naman mag-isip na hindi
Right.
na mangyayari sa atin. Syempre, you always think like positively. And yun naisip ko and kahit siguro hindi mabilis yung proseso, mabagal man, hindi kami susuko hanggang sa makamit namin yung goal na yun nga, ma-establish yung P-pop.
Syempre, world domination yung natin.
There you go.
Gusto rin namin talaga, sa totoo lang, kung walang pandemic, gusto rin talaga, marami kaming plano and all. Pero syempre, kailangan natin mag-adjust for everyone din, for everyone's safety. Syempre, gusto talaga namin makapag-perform din, syempre, Hollywood, US, sa all over Asia, all over the world. Ganyan, actually, all over the world. Gusto namin makilala yung talento ng Pilipinas at makatulong sa economy. And in the future, who might know, diba? Baka magkaroon na talaga tayo, mag-focus na rin yung mismong government, yung natin sa ganitong, kumbaga yung P-pop, mas ma-promote pa. And hindi lang
Culture and arts.
P-pop, pero OPM. Diba?
Magkaroon tayo ng show, no? Looking for the next. I don't know.
Ganda yun, ganda yun.
What's the best compliment you got from someone?
Oh my God. Ako po ay sobrang nahihiya ako pag kino-compliment ako. Parang kaya may nagsasabi sa akin na "Oy, ang galing mo, iibahin ko yung topic." Ay, hindi ang ganda mo, gano'n. Kasi hindi ako sanay.
Hindi ko rin alam anong i-reply sa ganun.
Pag siguro pag harap-harapan sinabi sa'yo, parang ang awkward, di ba? Parang ang awkward pag gano'n. Pero pag siguro pag through SNS, parang okay lang naman.
Pag SNS, makakapag-isip ka kung paano ka, kasi hindi nakikita yung reaction mo eh. So makakapag-isip ka.
Hindi naman.
Pero pag paharap ang hirap gawin.
Ako lang to.
Anong mas compliment mo?
I've been there before. You know, I get plenty of comments, plenty of great comments from the community, and people saying, "I love your videos," or some people even saying I'm their favorite reactor and stuff like that. And that makes me feel really good. But if somebody was to come up to me in person and say, "I love your videos and stuff," I don't know how to react. I'd be like, "Thanks," you know. And I do get that a little bit through like live streams and stuff. People saying that they love my videos or thanking me for the videos and stuff. And you know, I get a little bit of that feeling where I'm like, what do I say? But luckily I've been streaming long enough that, you know, it's kind of easy for me to at least quickly say, "Oh, thank you," you know, and kind of go on. Like he said, kind of change the topic. "Oh, thank you. How's your day?" Or you know, something. So I understand that completely, for sure. I mean, I'm not near as successful as them or anything, but I understand the feeling that they're talking about. Even just minor compliments, even before I was making content. If somebody said they like my shirt or something, you know, sometimes I'm like, "Oh, okay," or something. But then in my head, I'm like, "Oh, I'm stupid. I should have said thank you," or you know. So I think everybody gets that kind of anxiousness.
Ako, syempre honest ako eh. Hindi na ako gapaka-hypocrite
sige,
pa.
sige.
Diba? Hindi, parang sinasabi sa akin na
Sexiest man na. Ay, parang masama niya nakakalam.
Yan.
Siya po ang sexiest man in the Philippines.
Yung best compliment na parang narinig ko, ano yun, parang may sense yung mga
Pinagagawa mo.
parang mga sinasabi ko, yung parang iniisip ko, gano'n. Hindi lang parang, yun yung best compliment for me. Kasi, syempre, ibig sabihin, para for me, ano yun, so, hindi naman pala ako weird or what. Parang, talaga namang makabuluhan yung mga naisip ko. Kasi minsan, iniisip ko, baka weird lang ako, gano'n.
Sexy as man, hindi? Ako po, hindi ko alam kung best compliment siya or burden or another responsibility. Pero, since yun din naman yung gusto ko rin naman makatulong sa mga ibang tao through my story, through our story. Siguro yung best comment is your music saved me. Your music saved my life. Kumbaga, kung iisipin mo, ang laking impact ng nagawa mo sa buhay nila, hindi lang para sa sarili mo. Kumbaga, ikaw yung naging dahilan kung bakit gusto nila lumaban sa buhay. And sobrang gandang feeling, sobrang nakakatuwa, sobrang fulfilled as an artist yung pagiging artist namin with that comment, with that talagang iba yung feeling.
Still.
Nag-iisip ako parang ano ba? Siguro po
Ang
sa
taas
akin.
ng note.
Hindi. feeling ko yung parang yung mga friends ko before. Kasi kilala po nila ako sa sobrang loko-lokong tao. Parang loko-loko na friend, parang laging
Marami.
hindi mo maseseryosong tao. Parang sobrang loko-loko po. Pero ngayon po pag nakikita nila ako, parang nasasabi nila, uy, nagbago ka na,
In a good way.
Parang nagbago na yung
Pananaw
mo sa buhay, parang pag-iisip mo kahit paano nag-level up. Kasi ako po, aminado, isip bata pa rin po ako ngayon. Pero yung mga friend ko, sinasabi ko nila na kahit paano, nag-iba na po yung level of thinking ko. So feeling ko yun po yun.
Nagbago ka na.
Interesting.
Ako, dati pa talaga, I never thought na may mga tao talaga makapag-appreciate ng voice ko. Kasi hindi ako ganoon tawag dito, hindi ako ganoon confident sa voice ko. Kasi yung range ko mababa lang, tapos malalim yung boses ko. And then nung inano ako ni Diyos, sabi ko sa kanya dati na hindi naman maano yung boses ko, yung mababa lang yung boses ko, hindi mataas yung range ko. And habang tumatagal, ngayon parang na-appreciate ko na yung boses ko dahil may mga taong nakaka-appreciate na.
It's okay, Ken. I appreciate your low voice. I love it.
Sa akin, wala akong...
It's my favorite part.
Improve ka, gano'n, di ba?
Pero
Pogi?
bukod doon, hindi.
Ay, sorry.
No. Other than, parang hindi ko alam kung compliment siya, pero parang na-appreciate ko every time na parang tinatrust ako. Pare, kayo sa isang bagay na,
Yeah.
ikaw gumawa nito, ganyan, o sa yung part to, parang gano'n, medyo...
Diyan, tignan mo ako sa bahay
Kasi yun yung strength ko.
Parang ano mo yun. Ibig sabihin, tinatrust nila ako sa bagay na yun. Ibig sabihin, alam nila na kaya ko. So parang compliment na rin.
Okay, walang choice.
Pagdating sa...
Dang, dude.
Siya talaga yung namin, siya yung nilalapitan namin. Oo. Siya yung malakas doon, di ba?
Ako.
Ha?
Hindi naman ako.
Eh, si ano, di ba? Try ka doon. Try ka doon.
Oo, tama?
Kahati ka na. Sige.
Aking kahante
Hi, I'm Justin.
Hi, I'm Ken.
Hi, I'm Stel.
Hi, I'm Sejun.
And I'm Josh.
And we are
SB19.
Please watch out for the premiere issue of
PARCINQ magazine.
PARCINQ.
And please visit www.parcinq.com.
Be in sync with
PARCINQ.
Interesting. Very interesting interview. I love getting more insight into these guys. Obviously, I was a little quiet on this one because there were some answers and everything in there that we've kind of already seen and heard before. So I didn't want to, I had nothing really new to add to it, but then there's some really beautiful answers in there, and I really respect these guys. I love learning more about them. They seem so down to earth. And it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to see what happened to them, and it's inspirational to watch and see that they did live their dreams and they fought through the feelings of failure, and they fight every day through the feelings of failure and stuff like that. Beautiful. Either way, thank you guys for watching. If you have anything to add to this, if you guys want to share your stories or your feelings or anything down below in the comments, please do that. This is a great place to do it. We have a great community, so be sure you go ahead and do that. And if you guys see someone feeling down in the comments or something, please do help them feel a little bit better and comment and, you know, maybe make their day a little bit better. And be nice, you know, just be kind to each other. Like the video if you like the video or the reaction. Share it around so your friends can throw their comments, suggestions, and opinions down in the comments below. And be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, my guys. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate every sub. So please do keep hitting that sub button. I will see you guys in the next video.